bit sassy, a little bit crazy, a little bit classy. We got dreams and we got goals. We're just a couple of old sassholes.
Hi.
Hello.
Jello, everyone.
Jello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Johnson.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And this is our power hour of true crime where we talk about fucked up people doing fucked up shit, usually for fucked up reasons. And today, I did not fail you or detour from our usual journey.
Detour.
I wanted to say, I don't know what I wanted to say. I lost the word.
You say that word that you said.
Detour?
I forget. We talked about this
Deter?
before. I say tour.
Well, yeah,
Like
I say
tour,
things
like-
right and you say things wrong.
Like Justin Timberlake, this is going to hurt the world tour. And you say tour?
Tour.
Oh.
Yeah, like how it's actually
So that's toured up.
pronounced.
Toured up.
Yeah?
Yes.
So I've experienced a new adrenaline rush.
What's that?
Okay, so firstly, this episode is coming out one full day prior to the birth of our very own Heather Weiniger Terry.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I haven't been called that in 8 years.
I know, and I ratched her back in because you were born Heather Weiniger.
I didn't even know you.
I know.
That's fine. Now they can find me easier.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Heather.
Thanks.
Way to stay alive another year.
Yeah, it's been a struggle and a journey, and I'm doing well.
Well, here's paid programming. I'm kidding. But there's a Giffle app where if you guys don't know about it, what you can do is you can add anything that you want for like holidays, whatever, for gifts, and then you can share it with other people, and then the people in your life can claim them. And I completely forget that Heather's Buy Me Dis, because that's what hers is called.
My list is called Buy Me This.
Yeah, Buy Me Dis. That list had my asshole pucker so tight because William, her husband, likes to wait a little bit before he goes in and goes to fucking Claim Town. Because you claim the gift. He goes to Claim Town. This motherfucker wasn't there. I didn't know he was on his way to Claim Town.
Did he claim something? He buy me something?
What he fucking does, man, or whoever else is in that list, but I just assume it's my brother. When I go into that shit today, so I put some shit in my cart yesterday. I was procuring things for my loved one.
Oh, yeah.
And then today, my office is upstairs. My wallet was downstairs. Choices were made. It's like I put in my cart, got ready to check out, didn't have my wallet, was like, tomorrow.
Yes.
So then I go into the Giffle app. I'm like, let me quadruple check because I have fucking so much anxiety. I'm worried about everything, including buying the right size or color of whatever the fuck there is to buy for Heather. And I go in there, fucking William drove his fucking car all through town. And he claimed a whole bunch of shit.
Oh,
and I was like, fuck, shit. And I had to go, and that's it, because they mark and drop to the bottom. And I was like, fuck. And I'd already bought it. And I didn't go in to claim it.
Oh.
Yes.
Just tell him to send it back.
Oh, no, everything was fine.
Yeah?
It ended up being the thing he did not buy. But it was an adrenaline rush today. And I went in there.
That's exciting.
Tossed in some security codes. Bought you some gifts.
Presents.
Yes. Because you know why?
Why?
You're the greatest present. Happy birthday.
Thanks. Love that
you.
Journey for, I guess, me.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was going to do. Like you telling me about that app, and if they want to sponsor us, please do. But you telling me about that has been awesome because apparently I'm hard to buy for, and I didn't realize that until I met you, and you were like, dude, I wanted to get you presents, but I don't feel like I want to make sure you like it, and it's because, well, I mean, just air gives you anxiety. So, you know what I mean? So I've never had a best friend with anxiety before. So I was like,
You're welcome. I'm happy you went from none to the toughest case.
You know what? It is the best journey. But yeah. And then I told Will, I was like, she said it's tough to buy for me sometimes. And then he goes, yeah.
I want to say this though. It's like, it's our age. The older you get, it's harder to buy for people. And it's because you just don't know. We're not getting to get the fucking Sears catalog and circling the fucking things that we want like we did when we were little kids.
Fun.
Like, I know. But it's different now because I'm like, I don't want to buy shit that you don't end up needing. You have so much stuff because we all have so much stuff.
Yes.
Lucky problems to have. But
yes.
I don't know. I'm annoying about that shit too because I keep trying to figure out like, can I wait until my birthday? Or will I buy this anyway?
Yeah.
Though I shouldn't.
And then you always, if you put it on there, you're like, I'm going to take this off because I don't want to wait. I'm going to go ahead and get this. I don't want to wait. Because there's like, I asked you about something and I said, well, I'll just get you for your birthday. And you're like, I don't want it right now.
I don't want to wait that long.
I don't want to wait.
That's pretty. Are you guys ready for a story?
Yeah. I do want to say one funny thing though. So I've been actually spending time with
Just one?
Yeah, that's it. One and done.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn and burn, and that's all you fucking get. No. So I've been hanging out with my grandma lately. She's 85 and she's a treat. And yesterday I told her, I said, I haven't worked out in like a week. I'm feeling a little fluffy. And I said, she goes, you don't run, do you? I said, no, I do not run. And she goes,
That made me laugh.
right, exactly. I go, no, I don't run. I haven't ran since college. And she goes, well, good, don't do that because everything will just jiggle south. And I'm like, what? She said, trust me. And then she said,
So was she a big runner?
no. She said that she's little though. She was like 120 pounds. And she said she went to the dermatologist for a checkup, and she asked them just out of curiosity. She said, do you guys know how much a breast lift would cost? I said, first of all, Grandma, you're 85. And then they told her the price. And she said, oh, well, I don't need to fix up an old house anyway. Nobody fixes up old houses. I was like, why are you the cutest woman in the world? So
I wonder if they'd let her get a breast lift at that age.
you know what? She's lived 85 years. I told her she can do whatever the hell she wants to do.
I agree.
You
You can do it whenever the fuck you want, however you want, unless it's murder.
I said, your body,
And then
your
you shouldn't
choice.
do that.
Unless
Right.
it's murder.
Yes.
Tell me
Okay.
a story.
So today I struggled because I was like, I have such a good idea. I'm going to find a murderer named Heather. And I was like, Heather's a cunty name, right? We all know there's very cunty Heathers out there.
Including me. Yes.
Yeah. Definitely. That's the whole reason
That's
for
the
it.
whole reason why she slid that in there.
Duh. Any hooser. So I was like, I'm going to find a murderer named Heather. And apparently it was a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy bitches, and myself included.
I
named Heather,
pondered
so.
too, though. It's not like I get to go into the encyclopedia of murders. I have to Google, which means only the ones that got a lot of information really are the ones that popped up.
Well, okay then.
Like they always say, the best place to hide a dead potty, a dead body.
The best place to hide a dead body. A dead body.
A dead body is on the 3rd page of Google, and my ass was on like page 6 trying to find that shit. So we're gonna do this.
Sorry, dead potty. I just want to
Dead.
know how it
Dude.
dies.
I fucking getting shit on all the time. Dude, I'd die if I was just getting shit on every day. It's just fucking kaputs.
Some people are into that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You're not into that anymore.
Not anymore. I told you once you get duped too many times.
Once you get duked, you're done.
Shut
Why
up.
are we talking? Okay,
Anyway, okay. So my works cited page includes Wikipedia, People Magazine, because duh. Fong, Law Group, NBC, independent.co.uk.
Got it.
I don't know. Fong Law Group, I was able to get like some transcripts. So that's where they were.
I was wondering where that you're hitting that
We-
G pretty hard.
You say Fong. It's a weird Fong. That's weird. That feels weird. All of it's weird.
Sounds like thong if you had a speech impediment. Fong song. Okay, go. I'm gonna stop.
Please.
Okay.
So this is the murder of Sheila Ann von Wiese. Have you heard this? I would be kind of shocked if you had.
No.
Okay. I felt like for sure this is something we should know about because it was 2014. This bitch was pretty recent, but none of this rang a bell. But the shit is bananas. BANANAS. So let's get into it. So Heather Mack was born lucky, if you ask me, and that's because she was born wealthy. One of those. Her father was James L. Mack. He was a notable jazz musician and a composer who worked in Chicago, but he was also like huge internationally as well. Wow. Her mother, because Heather is indeed a female. Her. She was Sheila Ann von Wiese. And she was cultured, she was educated, overall just really a lovely person. Mm-hmm. She had the love of arts, which tied in really well with her husband, obviously. And she had multiple degrees in business and social work. So bitch had it going on.
A power couple.
She had it going on.
Yeah.
So her daughter, Lois Heather Mack, was born in October of 1995. Whenever I looked at it, it just says October 95. I'm like, this bitch didn't even get her birthday in there. I'm always, I am tickled pink by the information that is on the internet and what they insert in and then what they don't elaborate on.
Right.
And then just usually it's a guy who's the serial killer because guys are serial killers a lot. And they're like, his his dad was John the Third. He had 2 freckles on his nose and he had a weird pinky. And then they'll be like, and he had a mom. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like that one story I told where they talked about her wide, flat feet in like 8 articles.
I wonder.
But I didn't know how old she was. Legit. I was like, how old is she? I don't know, but the bitch had plantar fasciitis.
I don't get it. I don't
understand.
Jason
This is the first time I've ever heard Heather used as a middle name. Ever.
Yeah?
Have you?
I don't usually care too much to know those things about other people, but it's I'm like, I don't know a lot of middle names to tell you that, but I guess, yeah, you're right. I've heard it mostly as a primary. Intriguing. What's also intriguing is I don't know the bitch's birthday, but I also don't care because she sucks. Okay. So anyway, in my mind, she's like 12 years old throughout this, but she is a wee little nug. Okay. Sheila's friends had said that she did overindulge her daughter, which likely made having a teenage daughter even fucking more terrible. But this, Heather sucks mad dick. And so it seems like she had a normal upbringing in Chicago where she attended Oak Park and River Forest High School in Oak Park, Illinois. The school looked like it was probably really wealthy, but it was also just a public school and it was really big and it was the only one for the area. So I was like, oh my God, that's such a great looking school. And then I looked at it was like the only school in that area for like and I'm like, so there's lots of kids in there. It's probably not all that nice.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah. If you have that many names, it should be. In 2001, the Macks went on a Royal Caribbean Mediterranean cruise, and her father, James, actually suffered a foot injury. It said that he didn't receive adequate medical treatment from the ship's doctor, which ended up resulting in him having partial paralysis.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and I feel bad because, I worked there for 7 years, and it bums me out that it happened on a Royal Caribbean ship. So he did end up filing suit against them. And it took years to resolve.
Yeah.
In 2004, though, more shit starts to happen. The police are called to the Mack residence over claims that the children of James's previous relationship were denied access to their father by Heather's mother, who would turn off the lights and pretend to not be home. What does this mean? I have no idea. I found this in one article, dug into it even more, do not, have no fucking clue why it is mentioned that Sheila, when her husband's other kids would come home, she would just turn off the light and be like, we're not home. I'm not adding any flourish. This is not a sprinkle on my cupcake. I don't know what the fuck this was, but I included it for no reason. A better journalist would have removed it.
I love that you included it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like if you do assorted cupcakes and they throw in carrot cake. Don't sneak vegetables into my dessert. Motherfuckers. I'm very passionate about that.
I don't know where we turn to that.
Just because. It's just something that you don't ever see. I don't know. Carrot cake sucks. Keep going.
In 2006, the Macks carry on with their vacation plans. You know what just happened? Yeah. Okay. A cute little line.
Okay.
Got inserted in.
Okay.
Whatever. They go on a different vacation. Okay. And unfortunately, James dies in the hotel from a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in the lung. On August 6th.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he just passes away out of nowhere. Ooh. The settlement in the 2001 lawsuit was reached in 2011. So sadly, 5 years after he died. Mm-hmm. After legal fees, $340,667 was awarded to Sheila Mack and $500,000 it goes to the estate of James Mack.
Okay.
Despite the existence of a will dated 5 days prior to James's death, willing his entire estate to Heather Mack, the $500,000 was awarded to Sheila Mack by a judge in Cook County, Illinois.
So Mom got the money.
Mom got the... Well, she really didn't... The money went to his estate.
Yeah.
So, which technically she's managing, so yeah, she did.
Yeah, okay.
But also, Heather's a cunt.
Yeah, also that.
And we'll get into that even more. And
that's good.
Yeah.
No story would suck if you didn't tell us.
I just want you guys to know Heather's cut. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Anyway, it's sad. Things are kind of a mess. The relationship between Heather and Sheila is apparently a rocky ass one, which one could sort of guess because it seems like relationships with moms are always fucking finicky. Now, in this particular case, shit is off the yachts. The charts.
Off the yachts. The yachts?
Yeah. It's reported that the police were called to the Mack home on 86 occasions on theft and domestic violence reports cases between 2004 and June of 2013.
Okay.
all relating to domestic incidences between the mother and the fucking daughter.
Between them.
While a senior at Oak Park, Heather began dating this guy named Tommy Schaefer. Now, he is just a ripe apple to talk shit about because he's an unemployed rapper, also known as Tommy X. EXX.
Stop it. Wait.
Yep. Oh, let's carry on.
Unemployed rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't work at Quiznos
No.
and then was a part-time rapper.
Is it?
He's just unemployed.
It's like if he was a really bad rapper, then I would just assume they would call him an unemployed rapper because he couldn't do it.
Right.
Right.
I just automatically assume if you're a rapper, you're not employed. And it's just like kind of something you do for funsies.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Okay.
don't
Well,
know.
he wasn't on 8 Mile. That's stupid.
No.
All right.
No, he is no Eminem. Heather's mother did not approve of the relationship, obviously.
Why not?
And she ended up selling their house and moved Heather and herself to the Gold Coast neighborhood of Chicago. I also read too, though, that she had taken a hit from the real estate market in 2008. And this was also a strategic move on her part too. But either way to go, mom, being a good mom, daughter's in a bad situation. Let's move her away.
Yeah.
As for Tommy, or Mr. X, and yet guess what? Yes, he is a Weebly site.
Like now?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. There's nothing like valid in it. You can tell like all the HTML and all the fucking links have expired. But
it's
get up
still
in there,
up.
guys. Google that.
What? I wonder what the domain name is.
I don't remember. He did have an outstanding warrant for his arrest after failing to appear in court on marijuana possession charges from Indiana in 2013. But other than that, I've got nothing to tell you about the dude. Besides, he seems kind of trashy.
Well, I think he sounds very prestigious, but I guess you're a judger. So.
I know. I suck. While she's living her life, still enjoying the arts and working on boards, Sheila is mentioning that, her daughter is becoming a handful. Obviously, this is the understatement of the year. She'd leave for days at a time without a word. Her friends would tell her that she needed to kick her out. She was hanging out with a bad crowd. But Heather was also apparently really charming and that she could be sweet one minute and then a monster the next. Here is the crazy evidence on that. In January 2000... In January 2010, Heather punched her mother's broken ankle. You're laughing. You're laughing and it's making me laugh
trying
about
not
domestic abuse, and that's not funny.
You're just funny. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's try again.
In January of 2010, Heather punched her mother's broken ankle, and then she was also accused of stealing $1,000. In February of 2011, Heather broke her mother's arm and then removed the phone cord to prevent her mother from calling 911.
What the fuck?
In 2011, Heather again threatened her mother. In November of 2012, she bit her mother, leaving a bruise, but her mother refused to allow the cops to photograph it. Now, while Heather is being batshit crazy, she's in high school, also tracks because we're all going a little batshit crazy in college. In college, we're not in college, we're in high school. As I mentioned, Oak Park and River Forest High School. This was from 2010 to 2014. Just for reference, guys. Now, the Oak Park police records show at least... Now, here's a different part, because this is where I actually, like, a cop talks about kind of getting to know the situation here.
Okay.
And he says that he was called at least 35 interactions with officers since 2008, including reports of Mack breaking her mother's arm, biting her, and punching her, and all that shit. She obviously stole money and credit cards, which once more kind of shows what happens at the outskirts of town of this story. Ooh. While only Mack now knows when the violence first began, the first record of police being called to the home came in April of 2008 for a report that the then 13-year-old had locked her mother in a room and threatened her.
13?
I'd fucking... Woo, I would punt that little bitch.
You punter?
I would punt her like a football on Thanksgiving fucking day. Get that pig skin across the yard.
I knew it was. I literally was thinking she's talking about football. She's going to do the voice.
I'm going to do the voice.
You did.
But I'm like a 13-year-old. My gosh. It's so easy to judge when you don't have kids. Anyway, the next police report came in January of 2010 when Mack allegedly punched her mother's broken ankle, as we talked about. Sergeant Freeland first met von Wiese Mack, Sheila, in November of that year when she reported that her daughter had stolen her credit card and $1,060 in cash. The detective apparently specialized in like youth and family issues at the time. He was assigned the case and says that he met Sheila in person and spoke with her on the phone several times. It was also the first time he met Mack or Heather, which was when she was 15. After interviewing her, Mack admitted, Heather, once more, I don't know why I'm now saying Mack. Heather admitted that she stole her mother's credit card but denied stealing the cash. He says, in that first meeting, I certainly saw how Sheila was torn in terms of what to do about Heather. She suspected and then knew that she had stolen from her, but didn't want to follow through on pressing charges against her daughter, which is understandable. But as things progressed, that infliction would make things very difficult for us to be able to help Sheila. In the first meeting, it was clear something was wrong in terms of both the financial side of things, but also her daughter's behavior. And it was this time, but it was the next time when I met Sheila in February of 2011 that alarm bells really went off. Sergeant Freeland says that Sheila turned up at the police department that night with her right arm broken and in a cast. In one violent incident that January, Heather had pushed her mother, causing her to fall and break her arm.
Oh, God.
The sergeant said that her body language looked like she was just beaten by everything. In November, it was clear that there was some kind of domestic dynamic that wasn't good, but Sheila had the forthright in elaborating about, like, she made it clear of what was going on, but like still in a way that wasn't going to get her daughter in trouble.
Yeah. Told him just enough, but not enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not enough to do anything, but enough for them to be like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And he said that night he was able to get her to be more comfortable, like talking to him and opening up about the physical and the verbal abuse. Mm-hmm. They ended up having a great rapport and they stayed in contact for like 2.5 years. And that's how she finally had told him what happened with her arm. And he had said, I told her, I've worked with families where the kids abuse parents and it doesn't fix itself. And he also said that he told her about one case where a kid went out and ended up murdering his mother. Their mother. I shouldn't just assume it was a guy.
Yeah.
When he said that he was talking to Sheila and that, like, we have to arrest Heather and charges need to be pressed, like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
Or she's not going to understand the consequences of her actions. Mm-mm. And he said that that's whenever Sheila felt that, I guess, everything that was happening like really hit her hard, and she just left the police office.
She just left. Oof.
Yeah. He said that she was just afraid of Heather getting arrested.
Yeah. It's like no consequences.
Right.
No consequences, and she's going to keep escalating because she's getting away with what she's already doing.
Right. And her mom keeps kind of dealing with it and just being like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Punch me in my broken ankle, you fucking cunt.
God, I've never knock on wood, I've never broken a bone before. Have you?
Yes.
Which one? I don't remember.
I was like, I can tell that she wants me to elaborate. I broke my leg.
You did. I knew that.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, I've never done that, but I hurt my knee, and that felt like a bitch, so I can't even imagine.
When Travis broke his ankle, I tickled his toe. Like a terrible person. I still feel so bad about it. I did. I literally walked up to him and I tickled his toe, and I thought he was going to die. And he brings it up to me all the time about how Satan is in my soul. And I just didn't. I was such a dick because I've sprained my ankle really bad that they were like, this is such a severe sprain. You're going to wish you would have broken it. And it took 3 years for the pain to like fully go away. Yeah. So like I knew the pain and I still was like, tickle toe. Like fucking dick.
Dillweed.
I know. I'm such a dillweed. You should have done a domestic dispute against me that day.
Will definitely doesn't have to worry about that. I ain't touching no feet. I think I'm more disturbed that you touched a toe.
Okay. I do touch toes. That sounds weird.
I mean, you do.
But I am not afraid of feet.
I do touch toes.
I do.
All right.
There's a toe of mine. I'm going to touch it. Anyway.
We're going to get the weirdest emails
I know.
and DMs
All of
now.
this is terrible.
She won't touch stranger toes.
Anyway, she apparently came back at one point and she had said that she was so sorry, I should have listened to you. And she had asked if we could have, okay, here's one thing. So she goes back to the police department and she says, I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. Can you help me? And he says, and that was the first day I arrested Heather. I looked through everything and I couldn't, like, I grabbed that from an excerpt from one of the plethora of articles that I read, and I could not find anything else about her getting arrested.
Did he officially arrest her, or maybe he...
It was a quote, and it just said, and I arrest her. But I couldn't find, like, they list all of those things that she had done, but I didn't see, like, oh, and then on this day she was arrested for beating up her mom.
Oh, that's bizarre. I don't know.
I don't either. So guess what I do? I press enter 2 times, and I go to a new paragraph. Wonderboy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic employing your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
where we are right now,
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
Your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at WBOYmedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding. Despite the move and everything, Heather became pregnant by Tommy at the ripe old age of 18.
Oh, God.
According to her lawyer, Heather had had 2 abortions under her mother's control, and her mother was seeking to obtain a power of attorney over her daughter to enforce the 3rd abortion at the time that they decided to take this family trip to Bali. So she is 18 and pregnant with her 3rd for the 3rd time.
Oof. Okay.
Heavy.
This
is a heavy little topic.
Oh, God.
But she obviously should not have a child, because I would have 100% figured if you abuse your mother.
Right? Yeah, no. You don't need to be a mom.
Probably don't need to then have a child in your care all the time.
Yeah,
if your reaction to things is physical violence. Mm-hmm. All right. So apparently Sheila had some Southwest points she was ready to fucking toss in there. And so they decide to fly to Bali.
Here they go.
So, they just fucking mother-daughter duo. And it's Nusa Dua. I'm going to say Nusa Dua. And I don't know if that's right. And I don't give a fuck. Nusa Dua Bali. And yes, they did fly first class. And so to put the money into some perspective, Heather had a trust fund that had $1.6 million in it. She would receive that's from her dad.
Yeah.
She would receive small annual payments until she turned 30, in which she would get the remainder. I was very intrigued by the amount of time. 30 makes sense. And it makes a hell of a lot more sense when she's a psycho cunt.
Yeah, I was wondering I can't remember how old she was when her dad passed. So maybe she was starting.
Probably like 30. She was still probably really young.
So maybe she was.
I just think they were smart, that there's that no one should. By that time, you might have kids and a family and a house, and you want to put it towards that. You know?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I don't know, or either that, or he was like, she's gonna be a fuckhead. I can tell.
I'm sure. I believe that you can get a sense of fuckheadedness in children.
Yes.
And I've witnessed it with quite the fuckheaded kids who then become fuckheaded mini adults.
Yeah.
It's very intriguing.
Yes.
My parents also saw it with me. Heather, though, she did indeed want it all. The paper said that they had a codependent, dysfunctional relationship. Heather had once said she never wanted me to be she never wanted to be separated from me, and yet she also hated everything about me. It's very complicated.
Like her.
That's what the crap ass daughter said about her mom.
She's like, her mom's basically like, oh, mom's obsessed with me, but she hates me.
She's totally obsessed with me, but like she doesn't appreciate anything that I do.
Yeah. Well.
You bitch. According to Heather and the family friend, the mother and daughter also bonded over. Okay, I don't believe this.
Okay.
Now, do I have the right not to believe this? No. I'm just, once more,
yes, you do,
a judgmental twat.
You're allowed to.
I really
what
don't.
You want.
I don't know Sheila, and this is 2 other people telling me shit, and I'm like, nope, I don't believe it. I just choose not to.
Yeah. Okay.
I am taking this fact, and I have put it on a side shelf.
All right.
And I'm letting it gather dust.
Okay.
But according to one of these 6 articles that I read, apparently they bonded over shoplifting expensive French cosmetics that Sheila liked but never wanted to pay for, even though she had plenty of money. So she was Winona Ridering it all throughout fucking stores.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I choose to disregard that nonsense.
I don't see it.
No.
If you can afford it.
If you're flying to Bali.
And you work on boards and you're doing all this shit, I don't see why you wouldn't. But Winona Ryder.
I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
We don't.
We don't know, Heather. We don't. And that's the important thing is for everyone to understand. We don't know.
No.
I'm just reading you shit I found on the internet.
That's right.
Fucking facts, man. Fucking facts. So Heather had said we'd take thousands and thousands of dollars worth of makeup. She'd tell me that nobody would expect a kid to do that and have me steal it while she distracted the clerk. I wanted her to be happy, so I'd just do it.
So that bitch was doing it on her own.
Yeah.
She's like, my mom really wants
And a
this
kid, I'm
lipstick.
like, honey, you kind of look like she's kind of got that.
I want to see a photo of her.
Follow us on social media and I'll make sure that it's on there. She will be
I guess
on
I better
there.
do that.
Yeah, because I just did my first one this time. We took the beautiful advice of Jess and we did it. And now we have some info.
Yeah.
So anyway, like us on social media. And then you can find a photo of her. But she does kind of look a little like, she looks kind of dumpster fiery to me. I don't know. I'm like, I can see it. But I'm also like, I knew the story and you're a cunt. So it's hard to change my murder color glasses. Where I'm like, I already know you did something naughty. Anyway. So they're fighting before this trip as well because that's what they do. Heather had moved out and she was staying at a hotel, which fucking bamboozles my bank account over here staying at a hotel. The fuck I would.
Right. How much is her allowance? I wonder.
I don't know because it sounded like it really or I mean for us it would probably be a ton of money. Even if it was $1,000 a month, I'm like, oh my God.
Right. Yeah.
I want some. Can you give me some?
I don't know. Tickle some toes. You might be able to get a couple.
You ain't lying. Oh, I'm not doing that. That's cheating, Heather. Okay. Anyway, she dropped out of college and she did all of these things. Like she basically did every possible thing you would not want your kid to do, which really sucks. Cause like if you're born in that environment, you could have been something special. And it sucks that the only special thing you wanted to do was see what it was like to go to jail.
Yeah. She had it made. Whatever.
Right. She did have it made. Anywho, they arrive at the St. Regis Hotel in Nusa Dua, Bali, and Heather decides to steal her fucking mother's credit card, and she books a first-class ticket for her boyfriend Tommy to come right along with.
No.
And she does obviously not tell her mom. What's also cool is that flight was $12,000.
Stop.
I almost duded myself just saying that.
Stop.
$12,000.
Just the flight? Mm-hmm. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. So on the night of August 7th, 2014, security camera video at the St. Regis showed Sheila having an argument with Tommy in the hotel lobby. I could only ponder the fly on the wall of that. I'd want to see. Shortly after, the argument turns into a fight in their room. From what was told, Sheila was extremely angry that her daughter was pregnant for the third time at the age of 18 and threatened that an abortion was needed. During the fight, Tommy grabbed the metal handle of a fruit stand, though I also read that it was a fruit bowl. I don't know what kind of fruit holding situation occurs at the St. Regis in Bali, but
let's go find out.
I would like to.
Yeah.
And he unfortunately bludgeoned her to death.
No.
With a fruit bowl. Yes.
What?
And then to handle the situation, they stuff her body in a suitcase. They call a taxi. They wheel her out into the vehicle. They said they were going to go back in and check out and they were going to be right back. Only one of the many articles said that they weren't actually able to check out with her mother's credit card. And so they just kind of ran. The guy waited supposedly, or just this is a weird amount of information to just include that apparently I read a few things.
Okay.
So I read that the taxi driver is sitting there, dead body in a suitcase in his trunk. And he stands there for 2 hours. I don't know. I also read that he noticed the blood pooling and then drove to the police department. And then I heard that he was sitting there and there was blood dripping out. And a security guard was like, hey, bro, there's blood.
You got a leaky bag.
You should probably go to the police office. Either way, taxi arrives at the police department.
Police office.
The office for the police.
She said the police
the
office.
department of the police officers.
You said it and it threw me. I was like, wait, post office? No, that's not right.
The police office. You know where they do their paperwork.
The office where the police are. Is.
And do they do their paperwork. Or they be paperworking. The police paperworking space. They went there.
I quit.
I know. Anyway, they end up running to the body goes to the police office center. And they end up running to a budget motel that's only 6 miles away. So they don't even like...
They don't go that far.
They don't go that far. So there's parts of this where I'm like, okay, this was an act of passion. And then the fact that this was fucking planned makes you realize how fucking dumb they are. 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds committing murder. Guess what they always do? Dumb fucking shit.
Oh,
it's
no.
so not well thought out.
Yeah.
After the police find the body inside the suitcase, both Heather and Tommy were arrested very quickly. The couple told police that Sheila was killed by robbers.
Oh.
Because that's always an idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one even entertained that. By August 15th, so she died essentially August 7th, August 8th, August 15th. So we're talking like 5 to 7 business days.
Yeah.
They are ratcheting back around, and they are prisoners in Indonesia.
Oh.
Here's the other thing, you guys.
Okay.
If I could just... Why commit a murder in another country? Because then you're going to be prosecuted not only by that country, number one, but number two, by the United States later on. Because the United States, I don't know if y'all know this, we like them grudges. We hold on to them tight and firm. We get shitty, we wait, and we will see you at the fucking airport. You do some crazy shit across the waters, we're going to meet you at the airport. You know it, I know it, I've seen it on enough TV shows.
Yeah.
Anywho, Indonesia,
Okay.
they still have the fucking firing squad.
No.
So why the fuck are you going to commit a murder? I still don't know what the escape alert was.
Right.
How are you ever going to explain any part of that?
No. Robbers.
I don't understand. Robbers that then put the body in a suitcase that then I wheeled out. Okay.
Right.
What was I going to do with the body once it was in the suitcase and I'm in the taxi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How was I going to get back to the United States without my mom, who everyone knew went with me, and then checked into the hotel?
Yeah.
And then never left.
None of it makes any sense.
And hotels are also like, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
You're time stamping your alibi in the wrong ways, people, in the wrong ways. So I just don't understand.
I don't either.
None of this was well thought out.
No. Nonsense.
Okay. I just had I had to say those things.
Yeah. Hey, I agree. Retweet.
Yeah. Perfect.
I retweet what you say.
Well, 5 days later, they do a urine sample to confirm that she was pregnant because the cops actually thought she was lying.
Oh.
And that she was just trying to like go home because that's what happens.
She's like, my baby. And they're like, is it a baby? Is that a baby rapper?
Are you bloated?
Baby X?
Does your belly hurt?
Is it-
Are you sure? I ever get arrested, I'm just like, I'm pregnant. Everything's fine. I'm pregnant.
Everything's fine.
I'm with child. The fuck. Anyway.
Don't hurt my baby. They're like, ma'am, I just saw you drink 3 White Claws this morning. Well, the baby likes it. I don't like it.
It's seltzer. Okay. Chilling text messages also showed how the couple likened themselves because every fucking stupid, dumb, ignorant couple is like, we're like Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, no.
The fuck?
No.
Makes me hate them more. Every time that someone does something terrible and stupid, and then they're like, my inspiration was this other fucking thing. No. Because
Yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde were hard asses.
Right.
And they did some shit. They were unapologetic. They were actual complete assholes. And they went out with a blaze of glory.
I mean.
But they were terrible humans.
Yeah.
You are over here just beating your 62-year-old mom to death because you wanted the money.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Bitch.
fuck them.
Bitches.
Anyway, so in those text messages, apparently they had talked to this guy, Ryan Bibbs, apologies for his last name, and that's the cousin of Tommy, and they chitty chat, and then there's some evidence on that too.
Okay.
So they were both convicted of premeditated murder in Indonesia and narrowly avoided facing the Pew Pew squad. Tom...
You're very colorful today, and I'm thoroughly enjoying
It's because
this.
I'm wearing colors today.
Yes.
That
And
is just effervescent to the storyline.
And you come in with a $10 word. That's my girl. Give me that birthday story.
That's what I'm here for. I'm
Poor
delivering.
Sheila, though, but
I agree.
Ugh. All right.
Poor. And you know what else is like a lot of her friends afterwards, and I saw this on multiple articles. They were like, it was so sad, but also it was not unexpected.
Really?
And all of her friends were like, your daughter's a cunt. She be doing cunty stuff. She is bad news bears.
That's so sad.
And then, I mean, not only were they telling her to move out, like, dude, have her move out. Another one of her friends was like, do not go on this trip. I do not have a good feeling. Your daughter is being fucking terrible. Don't then take her to Bali. Like, Bali? Bali.
Bali.
Bali is the hotel in
Bali's is
Bali.
a casino.
Yeah.
And Bali costs a lot more.
You're right.
Yes.
Anywho, so it just fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I will tell you this, Heather Terry.
Okay.
If somebody is hitting you,
Yes.
you know what? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I'm knocking on your door. Like, I would never sit by in any scenario.
Yeah.
But I also, we do have a true crime podcast. I'm always like, where there's smoke, there's fire. But if somebody was like hitting you, I don't care who it is. I would like, stop it. Like, get this situation figured out because this is escalating. I don't care that they're your daughter. They need mental help.
Yep.
Because assume if they're doing this, they're crazy other shit. But then I don't hear anything about her fighting Tommy or getting into fights at school. I don't know.
Who knows? Well, she took everything out on her poor mom.
I know.
guess.
Anyway, so I mentioned that they avoided facing the firing squad. Tommy had said that Sheila had tried to choke him for 30 seconds. And that's why he acted the way he did. Like, their big thing was like, she got really pissed off. Mm-hmm. She tried to choke me for 30 seconds and she said she was going to kill my kid. And they worded it like that. Like that she was going to murder a born child.
Yeah. And how old did you say she was? Like 62? She's going to...
Yeah,
she's going to like overpower...
That's the other thing too. I was like, he was 21.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
Heather was given 10 years in prison and Tommy got 18 in April of 2015. The fucking judges literally said that they were lenient to Heather because she'd given birth to a baby.
Stop it right now. Mm-hmm.
Sexism, man.
I'm mad.
Guess where she got them sperms? Tommy was fucking. We didn't let him off easy because he'd be fucking.
Well, he's got to create his music, Brooklyn. So someone has to rap.
You're right. The job needs to be filled by someone.
Someone needs to rap. People need the music. They need his words.
Feeding the soul.
That's
Feeding the fucking soul.
That's right.
So Heather's baby Stella was born in Bali, in the prison, and she was allowed to actually stay there with, like, she was able to keep her baby for 2 years.
In the prison?
Yes.
I wonder
She's
what
now
their prisons
being
are like.
raised by Sheila's niece in Colorado, though.
So the baby's okay. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was also intrigued by that,
Yeah.
just so you know. But then I was also, you know what else tickled my pickle?
What?
So then I saw that apparently they can have social media in Indonesian jails. So there's the firing squad, but then there's also like you can post on your Facebook.
So they're like, we're gonna shoot you, but you can check in that you're here.
Yeah.
Like that.
And we'll unpack that little suitcase very, very tiny in a second.
Well, I watched that Worst Prisons in the World show.
Yeah.
And so I'm very intrigued to see, because some of them, they're like, they sleep on this newspaper and then they have to kill their own rats to eat. And then now you're telling me that they're like.
That's what I was going to say. So she served 7 years in the Indonesian jail, but apparently they're allowed to have social media. I read that she would post photos of her partying in the jail.
No.
And then I tried to go back to find it to confirm that I wasn't like delusional when I read it, though I felt of sound mind. And it said that like it showed them eating out at restaurants, and so I don't understand that, and I don't understand.
So that's rumor mill. Who knows?
I don't know
Maybe it's true,
because
maybe
of
it's not.
social media, so I feel like it would have been, but I couldn't find any of those photos either. But then I was scrolling through one article, and it kind of looked like it could have been social media photo. Either way. Everyone,
that.
don't write me a letter saying I didn't fact check hard enough, because I do not usually fact check hard enough. So, on September 23rd, 2015, the cousin of Tommy Schaefer, Mr. Robert Bibbs, he was arrested in Chicago on federal charges for conspiracy for advising Heather and Tommy about how to kill Mac's mother. What? He was sentenced
How long?
9 years.
So he got 9.
1
and he just
year
was like,
less.
So he was like, do it like this, and got 9. And then that bitch
Yep.
went to Chili's and updated her profile picture and had a baby.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just making sure I understand.
You do. Apparently, that was one count of conspiracy to commit foreign murder. The plea deal stated that Bibbs was aware that Heather had offered Tommy $50,000 to kill her mother, and that Bibbs advised Tommy on how to kill her, and that he encouraged him to kill her. I'm like, dude, if you were my advising counsel,
Okay.
why the fuck did you tell me to do the jail this way or to do the murder this way?
Yeah.
Like, why in the dumbest way?
Well, yeah.
I feel very confident on no one's computer. Did they say, do they still the firing squad in Indonesia?
Oh yeah, no.
Because that's question number one.
That I didn't. Yeah. Ooh. Yes. That is. I can't.
Firing squad or electric chair? 1, 2, 3, go.
Wait. Where do they shoot you in the firing squad?
You don't get to ask
Electric
questions.
chair? I don't get to. Okay.
3,
shoot.
2, same.
Well, because do they go for your head? I don't.
I wouldn't
I feel like
care.
it would be quicker.
It's gonna be quicker.
Yeah.
I don't want to be electrocuted, dude. I have some Christmas lights that don't have the right little thingy on the end, and I have gotten shocked 3 years in a fucking row.
Oh really?
Oh, it zaps the fuck out of me.
Okay. So
And it was Travis's, and he was the one who did not tell me that I was gonna die, and I was terrified me. And then I've successfully done it 3 additional times since then, and I just think I'm not going to get shocked that time.
Oh.
You think I want to sit there and get baked potatoed?
Yeah, no. But I mean, I don't think he's allowed to bring up the toe tickling thing then with the broken ankle if he shocked you 3 years in a row. I think you're square. I think that it's evened out now. I think you're good.
I'm going to tell him that.
I'm like, hey,
you didn't tell me that stupid blood.
She texts me, we just got in a fight. Thanks, bitch. I'm like,
I brought my suitcase.
I brought my suitcase. Open your door.
Right?
Just kidding. I can.
And I would.
Yeah.
And they wanted her to get 15, apparently.
Ooh.
But she was out early also due to good behavior. So she ended up getting the 10, but she ended up getting out in 7.
7
7
years
for killing her mother. Now she was extradited to the United States of America,
Oh, okay.
in which once more we be holding them grudges.
What?
And the second she got here, that's the other thing that tickles my pickle.
What?
That grinds my gears, that burns my biscuits and salts my pretzels, is the fact that because she did it in another country, that means she just was going to get fucked twice. Because we came here dildos deep.
Well, listen, I don't feel like 7 years in that cushy
No.
whatever the fuck is fucking. I feel like that's just maybe just the tip.
She also got, but 2 of those years she had her baby.
Yeah.
So
I just feel
only
like-
5 years did she not have a roommate,
I mean, a roommate.
you know? Anyway, so as soon as she comes back, she is arrested again on the charges of conspiracy to murder in a foreign country in November of when, milady? 2021.
Oh, really?
For almost 2 years, she was held behind drawers.
Behind drawers. They put her in that fucking dresser and they were like, stay in there. We have shit to do. She put her behind the drawers.
Right behind the drawers. She was behind bars.
Oh,
Yeah.
that probably worked better.
Yeah.
I bet that was more practical.
It makes more sense.
Yes.
Versus like a kid playing hide and seek.
Yes.
Sink.
Are you? You're
Hide and
almost
seek
done.
under
I
the
see-
sink is what I was gonna. I'm so close.
You're
2
almost
paragraphs.
done.
Okay. Then in June, she pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to murder a U.S. national under a plea agreement with prosecutors, despite believing on her own admission that she had already done her time for her crime. Well, she got what she deserved here because she ended up being sentenced to 26 years in prison on January 17th of this year.
Just this year?
Just this year.
How old is she then?
I ain't mathing like that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
No, hold on. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Please enjoy this whole music. Da-da-da.
Oh, should I- you want me to fill-
95, right? Is
Yeah.
when she was born?
So,
Calculator.
yeah, good. I ain't doing that. 39?
1995
39?
minus
29?
2024. Oh, wait, I did it backwards. 2024.
Yeah,
29.
DM us if you would like a math tutor,
No,
or
fuck.
English. We're really good at both. So,
We can do it all.
yes,
Anyway, yeah, she's 29 right now, and she's going to hang out
good. She should.
until she's in her 50s. In
Yes.
which I'm sure she will find some rich man to marry, because that seems to be the annoying storylines of shitty people doing shitty things and somehow still kind of getting away with it.
Yeah. I wonder if the kid gets the money or where the money went.
Great question. The money. I didn't put it in my notes, but luckily I read it. So they gave her, number one, there's a law in Illinois that you cannot get the money and any inheritance from someone who you're charged of murder.
Good.
Which I almost am amazed that that's a thing versus just no fucking shit, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But apparently the estate gave her like $150,000 to cover her court expenses. That was the capped amount that they gave her.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that, and I'm going to assume that was from her dad's money, not necessarily like the overall estate's money. And all the money went into her daughter's name.
Okay, well, at least that happened.
And I think it's the same thing. Her daughter can't touch it until she's 30.
Yeah.
So let's hope her daughter doesn't murder her cousin
Yeah, I better.
for that money.
Hopefully her daughter's not a little twat like her mama.
Starting life 2 years behind bars, I'm pretty sure you're strong. Could you imagine? You're just like fucking 8 years old and you're like, oh, my first 2 years was pretty musty smells. It's kind of like baked into the nostrils there. But I really like milk in boxes.
Yeah, you're like, can you save your Capri Suns? I'm going to make some hooch.
Right.
I learned a couple of things behind
Yeah.
drawers.
Behind the drawers. I don't fucking know. I hope the daughter lives a
Yes.
glorious life. And
She's
everything's
probably
great.
being raised differently, so we wish her well.
I wouldn't even know how to explain that. Whenever, like, I'm going to assume the daughter has no idea because she's still too young. But at
Yeah.
some point, this cousin would have to be like, hey, so
Yeah.
your mom killed your grandma.
Right.
And she did it with her boyfriend, who's your dad, who is still in jail. And your mom's in jail. And there you have it.
Oof. That is not a dinner conversation I would want to have.
No, I'd probably just want to know as long as I think almost in that case, which is unless they change the last name.
I keep thinking his last name is X.
Oh, no, Schaefer.
Yeah.
But like depending on if they kept the Mack last name, because it is a cousin, that's a different last name party.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
So personally, I would just change the name and then I'd say they died in a car accident
Yeah.
when you were 1.
Yeah.
I'm just over here fucking make fictitious stories.
I mean,
motherfucker.
that was a pretty good one. That story. Woo. Poor Sheila. Man. All right.
Poor
well,
Sheila.
Bummer.
I also,
bear.
I hate to say this,
Oh, here she goes. I know. Here
but
she
I have
goes.
to because, okay, international flight, rich people must be a big suitcase. But I'm like, I don't see how they fit in that suitcase. Like, a body in a suitcase. Like, I'm not even talking shit about her size. Because when I'm 62, call me meatball. I'm going to be a roly-poly. I'm going to be all up in that skitty. I'm going to be round. And I know it. And it is what it is.
Okay, good.
So it's
'cause
like,
me
how are
too.
you going to fit? Dude, we're short. We're meant to be cute and plump. Anyway, it's only our youth right now that we got to, try to keep it tight. But I don't understand how you'd fit in a suitcase.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of maneuvering. But I mean, if she had money, then maybe she brought a lot of stuff. Who knows? Maybe she put extra for souvenirs. Maybe she wanted that.
I hear you, but I have a big suitcase, and if Travis was like, get in there, I'd be like, I don't think so.
But yeah.
But then again, Betty fit in a duffel bag one time. We snuck her into a hotel, so. And Betty's a dog. Betty, my youngest daughter. Yes, the lab.
Yeah.
And we
God.
kept her head out, so it's not like it was like one of those outdoor situations. It
Okay.
wasn't like we were just Betty like.
For those of you who can't tell our voices apart, that was Brooklyn. So PETA, feel free.
No. Oh, Betty is very loved
Oh God, yeah.
and spoiled. Anyway,
Yes.
so that's my fucked up story
Man.
of the murder of Sheila Ann von Wiese.
Jesus.
Very cool name.
Yeah. Her name even sounds rich.
And what her but that was an interesting one. That was one where
Yeah.
they killed somebody and literally knew the second it happened. Because her fucking airplane tag was probably on the suitcase. Yeah. They're that dumb. I bet the fucking thing was like Chicago to Bali. Fucking Heather Mack. And she just kept it on the suitcase, stupid cunt.
You're so right.
I know. It happens a lot.
Fuck. You know what else happens a lot?
You getting older.
It does. Every day.
Lucky us. It's a blessing.
It is.
The dumbest thing you can do is make fun of somebody for their age because they're lucky enough to experience it.
No
So,
shit.
Fuck off.
Fuck them.
Anyway.
That's right.
Do all the things and pay all the attention to us, please.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Buy your tickets
Yeah. Yes.
for our live event
Oh,
on October 6th.
that's right.
Yes, at Party Space Place at Bayside.
That's right.
We love you.
Yes.
Okay. Are we okay? We're gonna go? Okay, we love you. Bye. Oh wait, no. Fuck me hard.
Okay, listen.
Fuck me hard.
We're gonna take a pause and we're gonna unpack this in a suitcase because every time I give you this look and she keeps going, like,
but it just bums me out because Heather kept forgetting. She kept forgetting, and I would remember. And then as soon as Heather started remembering, I was like, you know what? I forget the same fucking thing every time.
yeah.
I gotta get better. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna look myself right in the fucking eye in the bathroom mirror, and I'm gonna be like, Brooklyn, you fucking be better.
Oh, self-talk.
Yes.
Do it.
Don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Hey. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, A Couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?